What if this is the last time we ever ride back into Hudson with the Bartlett-Fleming family? What if Season 20 is not just another chapter, but the final goodbye to the ranch we've called home for years? Heartland Season 20 is right around the corner. I couldn't be more excited because this might be the season where they finally wrap up all the storylines and possibly mark the end of the show. Heartland has been an incredible series that has been on TV for years, not only in Canada, but in many other countries, including the United States. People everywhere have fallen in love with this story because of how real it feels. We literally watched Amy grow up, fall in love, become a mother, and lose the love of her life. In recent seasons, she found love again, and it truly feels like this could be the final chapter of her journey. But even if it is, Heartland still has the potential to create spin-offs. So the story may continue in a new way. In the previous season, Amy's relationship with Nathan became deeper and stronger. Nathan is honestly a good man, and he feels like the perfect partner for Amy after Ty. The other love interests never felt completely right. But with Nathan, everything feels different. He cares about Amy, her daughter, her business, and her entire family. He is compassionate, thoughtful, and loving. What makes him stand out is the way he respects Amy's past, especially her love for Ty, which will always be part of her life. Nathan also grew a lot. He had a painful experience with marriage before and struggled with trust. But he worked through those fears because he didn't want to lose Amy. When he asked her how she feels about marriage, that was a huge green flag. Even when Caleb's feelings created tension, Nathan handled it with maturity. He never tried to control Amy or create unnecessary drama. That says a lot about his character. Now the big question is where the story will go next. After Gracie's involvement with the rustlers led to Heartland losing their cattle, Nathan stepped in to fix the situation. He bought Gracie's share and covered the losses, but to do that, he had to sell his entire property. It was heartbreaking, but it also opened the door to a brand new storyline. A friend of his is selling a ranch on Salt Spring Island, and Nathan wants to buy it and start fresh there with Amy and Lindy. When Amy realized that he wanted to build a future together, her eyes lit up. The ranch also has a horse rescue center, which makes it even more perfect for her. And then came the proposal. Even though we did not hear her answer, it feels obvious that she will say yes in the new season. I expect Amy to struggle with the idea of leaving Heartland. Her family means everything to her, and walking away will not be easy. At the same time, the idea of starting a new life with Nathan and Lindy is exciting. Her family will likely support her and encourage her to take this step after everything she has been through. Nathan has proven himself to them, and they trust him. Eventually, Amy will say yes, and the season will likely focus on their journey toward marriage and moving away. There may be a few disagreements to create tension, but in the end, it feels like love will win. I can already imagine a beautiful wedding scene. After that, we might see them settling into their new home on Salt Spring Island. A final flash forward showing Amy hosting her family for dinner. Maybe even with a baby bump would be the perfect ending at the same time. There is strong potential for a spin-off centered around Katie. The show has been giving her more screen time. It does not feel random. She is growing up, exploring who she is, and dealing with love and friendship in ways that remind us of a young Amy. Her friendship with River became very important. But things got complicated when River started dating Dex. Katie felt pushed aside. And on top of that, she has feelings for Dex. Watching them together broke her heart, even if she tried to hide it. She is trying to accept the situation, but those feelings are not going away. In the new season, they might grow even stronger. The real question is whether her friendship with River can survive this love triangle. It would be heartbreaking to see that friendship fall apart over a boy. As for the release date, when fall arrives, it usually feels like Heartland season. If the pattern continues, we could expect the new season in the fall of next year, the trailer dropping in the summer to build excitement. Now the big question remains, should Heartland end with this powerful season, or should it continue? And would you watch a Katie spinoff? Let's talk about it. There is something different in the air as we step into season 20 of Heartland. It doesn't just feel like a new season. It feels like a closing chapter. For years, this show has been part of our lives. We watched Amy grow from a shy teenage girl into a strong woman, a mother, and a leader at the ranch. We saw her fall deeply in love with Ty, lose him in the most painful way, and slowly learn how to breathe again after that loss. We watched her rebuild herself piece by piece. And now, after everything she has been through, it feels like the story is guiding her toward peace. Season 19 quietly set up many changes. It didn't scream final season, but if you paid close attention, the signs were there. Amy's relationship with Nathan became serious. Not just dating. Not just testing the waters. It became real, stable, mature. For the first time in a long while, Amy looked calm when she talked about her future. She didn't look scared. She didn't look unsure. She looked hopeful. And that hope is what makes Season 20 feel so important. Nathan is not just another love interest. He was written with care. He respects Amy's past. He never tries to replace Ty. Instead, he honors the memory and understands that Ty will always be part of Amy's heart. That kind of love is rare. It's not loud or dramatic. It's steady. And steady love is exactly what Amy needs at this stage of her life. When he asked her how she felt about marriage, it wasn't pressure. It was conversation. It was partnership. That moment showed growth, not just in him, but in Amy too. Then came the big turning point. Because of Gracie's actions with the rustlers, Nathan stepped in to protect Heartland. He bought her share and covered the losses. But to do that, he had to sell his own property. That decision was huge. It wasn't just about money. It was about sacrifice. He was willing to let go of something important to build something new with Amy. And when he mentioned the ranch on Salt Spring Island, you could see Amy's eyes light up. A fresh start. A horse rescue center. A place to help animals and build a life together. It felt like destiny calling. And then, the proposal. We didn't hear her answer, but we saw the look on her face. It wasn't fear. It wasn't doubt. It was love. That moment felt like the kind of scene you build toward in a final season. The kind that closes a long journey in a beautiful way. But here's the big question. Can Amy really leave Heartland? That ranch is not just land. It's her childhood. It's her parents. It's Ty. It's every lesson she learned about horses and life. Leaving would mean stepping into a future that doesn't hold the same memories. That kind of choice is not easy, and that emotional struggle could be the heart of Season 20 at the same time. The show has slowly been giving more attention to Katie. She's older now. She has her own problems, her own dreams, her own love story forming. It almost feels like the torch is being passed. Like the writers are preparing us for a world where Amy's story ends. But Heartland continues in a new way. All of this together makes Season 20 feel different. It feels planned. It feels thoughtful. It feels like the kind of season that wraps things up with care instead of rushing. If this truly is the end, it could be one of the most emotional seasons we've ever seen. A wedding, a move, a new baby maybe. A flash forward showing Amy happy, safe, and surrounded by family. And honestly, if Heartland does end here, what better way to close it than with Amy choosing love again? Choosing hope. Choosing a future instead of staying in the past. But is this really goodbye? Or is it just the start of a new chapter for the next generation? That's what makes Season 20 so exciting, and so scary at the same time. Sometimes the quiet love stories are the strongest ones. And that's exactly what we are seeing with Amy and Nathan in Heartland. Their relationship is not full of drama or big fights. It is built on respect, patience, and understanding. And after everything Amy has been through, that kind of love feels earned. When Nathan first came into Amy's life, many fans were unsure. That's normal. After Ty, it was always going to be hard for anyone to win the audience over. Ty was not just Amy's husband. He was her soulmate, her partner in every sense. For years, we watched their story grow. So of course people were protective. But Nathan never tried to compete with Ty's memory. He didn't act jealous of the past. Instead, he accepted it. That is what makes him different from Amy's other love interests. Some of them felt rushed. Some felt like they didn't truly understand her world. But Nathan understands Heartland. He understands family. And most importantly, he understands that loving Amy means loving every part of her story. In season 19, we saw Nathan grow a lot. He opened up about his painful marriage and how being cheated on left deep scars. Trust does not come easy after that. It changes a person. It makes him careful. But instead of letting his fear control him, Nathan chose to face it. He didn't push Amy away when things felt serious. He leaned in. That takes courage. One of the biggest green flags was when he asked Amy how she felt about marriage. He didn't assume. He didn't pressure her. He asked,